Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are time to dive into the second half of the series. We are tied up 1-1. The Shanghai Dragons able to come out on top of Nimbani with a fantastic defense. Very much backed by Ding with that Sombra play.
Yeah, very nicely done throughout. He was, as Zoe mentioned earlier, 1 death, but it was actually on the D.Va. He died. As Sombra, 0 deaths, so practically a perfect game there. Defense, super well done. They defended for so long. You know, the time deficit itself was what we were first talking about, and then they just hit those ult-efficient fights one after another. I don't want to point fingers at anyone on the side of Dallas Fuel. I just feel like, in general, it was better ult efficiency, better ult economy, better understanding of how to play around the Sombra than Dallas Fuel knew how to play against the Sombra.
Yep. Well, Volskaya going to be the staging grounds for one of these teams to try and take the lead unless we can come to one of those draws. Otherwise, somebody going to be moving up to match point. Let's see what happens when we jump in for Assault. Let's see who can come away with a victory. Starting things off on the defense, it's going to be Dallas Fuel.
Very nice shot of Zarya here.
Stoic.
Very much the queen of the meta, let's be real.
That's very true.
We'll have the Shanghai Dragons on attack first, and they will run Sombra. This is one of Sombra's OG maps, actually. Originally.
Oh, Ding, okay.
Ouch.
Well, that's good spot checking, I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
Knock him down to 8 HP.
One more
Take away
right
that invisibility.
would have done it from AKM.
Okay, well now he's going to be hacked, but still getting armor.
So this is the rare Sombra versus Sombra matchup. Looks like Ding's going to look for Unco here, actually. Decides better of it. Wants to rather look for a high priority hack target to control this high ground.
He's waiting for his team to get into position as well.
Exactly.
So now they're getting ready to be there.
He's got a safe translocator. That's what he placed there so that he can retreat if this goes poorly. They're looking to collapse here once the hack comes down.
Well, hack onto Gamsu, out from RCK, but no real way to follow up. Youngjin, however, goes low, and the Fire Strike will take him out. That's going to be a nice little hold up here onto the Shanghai Dragons attack, so Dallas Fuel kick things off decently.
It's not over yet,
but
though.
Zachary, yeah, he just takes that lob shot to the back of the skull.
DM's on high
finds the
ground.
kill.
He's got better energy. This is actually looking great for the Dragons.
Yeah, they're turning this one around. Luffy finds AKM. Now Gamsu going to be taken down, so trying to claw their way back in here are the Fuel, but the losses very much impacting them more so than the Shanghai Dragons with that faster run back to the point, hack in onto OG. He's just looking to reset. We'll get a little bit of extra farm off him as Ding nearly has the EMP ready to go.
There's a window here for a double cap.
Oh, absolutely.
Make no mistake, Grav plus EMP, and they know there's a tiny window before Unco has that last 20% of his Transcends. Closer's not even close. Dallas Fuel did not respect the high ground. The Dragons, you know, lost that opening pick. They lost their opening member on Youngjin, but they had the high ground controlled, and there was more energy for DM. Dallas Fuel still engaged into it, and they paid the price. 6:15 on the clock as they touch B.
EMP going to be coming through. RCK open sinks, and that's going to be OG finding the first kill onto Gamsu. So decent turnaround is going to be shutting down that initial snowball, at least take away some time. Allow for AKM and for Closer to build up those ultimates, but still a very stacked hand right now for Shanghai.
But it does buy time for Unco, as you mentioned. RCK, you know, being the aggressor here, eliminates Ding's perfect record in this match. And now this is going to be really Unco versus Ding here for the setup. If they can force the trance out early, it's even better for Shanghai Dragons. Here's the grab.
Well, will just be a grab. Maybe just save that EMP for later, but they don't get any kills off the back of it. They can take the Closer pretty
And
low.
Unco is patient. He holds the trance. Important, very important in this moment.
Saw that they really had no way, realistically, of getting on top of them to finish off those kills with a grab. EMP now going to be out, however, catches at least 4 members. Unco does have the Transcendence in, but OG's going to be taken down. Shatter coming out, AKM going to be locked up off the point. Now eliminated, as is Closer. Shanghai Dragons in on. We'll get that first hit coming through for a bit more. Unco going to be hounded down and eliminated. Zachary by himself, trying to delay. RCK coming back in. Hacked out here
and
for
EMP.
the moment. Does get taken down, and yeah, as you say, loses out on the EMP at the same time. Grav comes in, but no one from Dragon's gonna be dead. Might just be able to close it here, and they will. 450 plus on the clock.
Critical mistake by OG to try to set up for the shatter there on the right side. Defender's perspective there, as he was caught alone after the EMP went down. Sure, there was a trance coming through from Unko, who's on the other side to make sure that he was not hit by EMP, but that disconnect and distance between OG on the Rhine and Unko on the Zenyatta meant that he was the primary target when his charge didn't go through. He was caught and killed. Then it was essentially a 6v5 fight from there with no transcendence available for Unko. Great proactive plays by RCK overall there, though, to delay. And watch this.
Getting it right as the animation starts.
Yes.
Beautifully done.
To be fair, even if his EMP had gone off, pretty unlikely.
No follow-up.
Yeah.
There's no one else there to try to get anything done, so.
But that's the Sombra matchup right there that Ding understands, that the one thing he is concerned about while everyone's piled on the point and they can't get positional advantage is to shut down that EMP. He's able to track that it's available. And, you know, in another situation where they did have follow-up damage, that could be a huge play. In this case, it's just a show-off move almost, it feels like. Don't blame him for making the right play there, but still.
Yeah.
Great time bank here for the Dragons now.
451. Dallas Fuel gonna have to have one heck of an attack.
You know, OG talking about stage nerves. He swapped onto the Tracer earlier when he died. He will swap onto main tank here, but perhaps in this moment he's just giving himself a moment to compose himself before he attacks. I say that before he swaps to Ana, though. Okay, this is going to be, I think, a temporary sleep dart. Yep.
Trying to get it.
Doesn't get the sleep that we just saw previously.
Trying to do the Young Jin.
Yep. Same idea here.
Can't nail Ding, no. So, no sleep to be found, no break on that Mac early. RCK hiding. Pushing his way around.
Here I
Not gonna
am.
reveal himself, gets a hack, but the leap comes through for Gamsu just in time. Half a second before maybe just go ahead, pick up a kill onto the enemy Winston.
Absolutely.
Push forward onto the point.
Notice how this high ground is continuously held by the Shanghai Dragons, and Dallas Fuel now, the onus is on them to attack and find this angle. They're going to use this tractor to get up. Drop down comes through for the Dragons. Now, how do they capitalize on this advantage? AKM is trying his best, but he doesn't have the energy just yet to fully commit. Gamsu's going to contest.
Yeah, he's going to be going low. AKM pushing back, staying alive.
I guess it's a
Time
forklift,
draining away.
not a tractor, but you guys know what I mean. Is it a forklift?
It's a forklift.
Okay.
It is indeed a forklift.
All right. That's what they use to get the high ground stolen.
There's not much to harvest with a tractor in a very snowy wasteland area.
Hey, you're right. I'm not gonna dispute it.
Well, onto the point now. Gamsu going to be matching straight into their face. Bubbles aplenty to keep them safe. EMP going to be coming in. RCK looking to open things. Catch and score. Did hit Luffy, but they don't follow up. They're unable to get the kill onto the Zenyatta, the easiest target in that moment.
He's just
First
holding
stick nearly grabbed here. Luffy will still have that ultimate. Now going to be popping it. Ding does get knocked out of the mech here in the end. RCK able to find that. Now it's going to be the grab coming through. Sound barrier in from the Dragons as they try to stay alive, but they still lose out on the Gamsu. Transcendence in from Unko, looking to win the fight right here. Bump up that time, bank to 6 minutes. Then try to push in. Youngjin going to be taken down. It seems like they will have it now as the Dragons try to kite back.
It's a nice bait by the Dallas Fuel over in the room right there to the left of Zachary coming in. That made the Dragons collapse onto them. That gave an opportunity for RCK to EMP. That EMP bought enough time for Unko to get his later Transcendence, which helped sustain them in the fight after Luffy had to use his. Time bank, pretty you know, low here, but let's see what they can do.
Yeah, EMP gonna be thrown in. DM taken down now. Gamsu gone. AKM scooping that double kill and
Might be a
building up
double.
towards the next grab. They might be able to snowball this. Triple kill to AKM. Second tick now coming through. They might just be able to beat the Shanghai Dragons. Time bank. Drop down coming through from Coma. Takes a little bit of damage, but otherwise gonna be okay. They just need a little bit more. 3% away from closing this one out. They move off the point. Oh no! The Wrecking Ball going straight through off the point is not there to contest. They will be able to get the cap. This is a game of inches right now.
I spoke too soon, saying they likely have the worst time bank. They step off, and that's all it takes.
Yep, OT coming up in just a few. And here we go. OT getting ready to roll through. 5:15 for the Dallas Fuel, besting the Dragons by 24 seconds.
Yeah. Very close in terms of that time bank. And we're basically resetting this map now, which is how Volskaya often goes. Since its inception, just been very common to see a lot of overtime rounds.
Yeah.
RCK and Ding will still duel on the Sombras here. Otherwise, will be a mirror matchup. No Ana attempt to snipe here for Youngjin. He's just going to come in. High ground is everything on top of the bunker here.
Looking like the Matrix for a minute there. Ding just kind of dodging out on everything, but finally does get tagged and revealed.
Yeah, they're going to take the left side.
The left side approach going to be coming through. They're just hammering him every twist and turn, every time he tries to push out.
Very
being
clear
met by something.
Yeah, very clear they're trying to deal with Ding specifically. Just not able to get the actual secured kill, unfortunately. Here comes the crossover.
Pushing their way out. Gamsu shield up, trying to block out where he can.
Fire strike not as good as he would have liked, so they're just going to drop down.
Yeah,
Probably a help push.
Leading nicely in that regard. They're in to the point
RCK
now.
on the back too.
Any tick they can gain is going to be absolutely huge. Coma goes low, but he makes it into the little side room here. First tick going to be grabbed. Dallas Fuel
They need to pull the
now
trigger.
starting to contest. OG pushing forward, but he's down below half. Shield comes back up. Fire strike going to be good, but OG's is better. Takes down Gamsu. Can they get more? AKM going to be hacked out, but the shield's returning to him. He's getting that healing. Will be okay for now. Ding
EMP.
under some fire. EMP going to be thrown down. Catches 4, and RCK going to be the first casualty. Unco pops the Transcendence. Grabs coming through. Will it last long enough is the question. Unco going to be taken down. Zachary now as well. Going to be lost on the attack, and the Shanghai Dragons, seems like they may have just broken through. They dump in the grab from AKM as the cap comes in.
Oh,
Shanghai
no.
Dragons looking good. DM almost halfway to the next one. Multiple ultimates getting ready to come online for them. Can they snowball this again?
Saw AKM shrug on stage. He knows that's not the grab he wanted. He's going to respawn with no energy as well. This may be a double cap because of it. That's one of the better tools to delay with Unco having no Transcendence.
Already one tick. They start pushing their way through. That's going to be the hack coming down. Catches pretty much everybody other than Coma. Sound barrier does get thrown in. But it seems like the retreat call has been made. They're not trying to convert that into a fight win. So overall for the Dallas Fuel, very happy that Lucio all just went off.
Oh yeah, that's a great trade, and you sigh a breath of relief here, knowing that could have been a disaster, but RCK comes in big when they need it. And now the Dragons have to do a slow eco push here to look for potentially a pick or those ultimates. Notice Coma going on the high ground, trying to get this. Theirs controlled. They missed the lift though. So we'll have to go around the left side, take the long route. OG though, he's low.
Popping down, Shadow's gonna be coming in, locks up a few members, but now it's gonna be the
deletes the
out
shields.
from Ding. Luffy gonna be taking down the shields, taken away as you do say. Ding finds OG, now RCK gonna be eliminated. The Shanghai Dragons back in onto the point. Starting to tick up, pushing forward. AKM now gonna be gone. Zachary, you would expect, doesn't really stand much of a chance here. Will be able to survive as he tries to build up for that rally, but he needs it yesterday. He needs to have that thing ready to go. DM gonna be hacked out, pushes his way back. Seems like Shanghai taking their time. They know that they still have time ready to go.
That was a
They can train this
huge,
down. They just want to make sure they get that double cap.
huge misplay by OG to be that far forward. He forced the sound barrier. It was deleted by Ding. Now they got the 2 ticks. Now they're going for the grab.
Grab comes in. OG being focus fire to Transcendence. Almost not enough to keep him alive, but he will be able to survive for a little bit longer here. Second on the
EMP for
Gamsu.
RCK.
It's gonna be Transcendence in for Luffy, now pushing forward. Zachary under fire, will be taken down. EMP's out, catches everyone just about, but Coma again survives, almost has a sound barrier online, but 4 members are gone, so now we'll just have to save it for the next push.
I think the Dragons could have definitely been a little bit more patient on their reapproach there. They thought that they had a momentum shift that was big enough to re-engage there, use the grab, find a lot of value. As a result, DM only walks away with 35% of his next ultimate, and that's a big problem given that the matchup between AKM and Luffy is definitely Dallas favored right now. Ding once again being tracked down. He has the EMP ready.
Grab's gonna be coming through, locks him up. EMP gonna be thrown in. Trying to deny this hold here for the Fuel. AKM under fire, going lower, will be taken down. And now, again, Dragons into the point, looking to build that percentage back up. 83.8% is where they left off. They will go ahead, surge past that, and get the cap. 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining in the clock, I do believe.
This is not over for Dallas yet, but I have to go back and talk about, you know, that sound barrier we saw coming out from closer. Gamsu, or excuse me, not Gamsu, OG got down to probably sub 50 health. And in that moment, the sound barrier is perfectly timed to save him. The problem is, in that moment when you need that sound barrier to counter the EMP, you want to hold on to that. But he felt like if OG dies, then they lose the point regardless. So he used it. And that's just one small overextension from OG that does come back to cost them those 2 ticks, makes the follow-up capture all the easier. Even still, the time bank reduced significantly, and Dallas Fuel can absolutely beat it. We've seen it many times before, so they can have a strong attack here, as they've just done previously. There's a world in which we go into our second round of extra rounds, where they're advantaged in time bank. 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Will be the time to do it in order to beat 103.
Yep. A decent enough time to work with here from the Fuel. The Dragons looking alive right now.
OG looks like he wants to, oh, I was going to say potentially go for the honest snipe again, but nope.
Not this time. They don't.
Been there, done that.
Out.
Yep.
Didn't work out. So no need. You're in OT. Have to start pushing forward immediately.
Shanghai Dragons have operated super well on this high ground on the defense. They also once again have to knock them down somehow, whether it's forklift or the left side approach. Looks like it's going to be forklift.
AKM not going to find much in the way of energy. So a lot of damage to Gamsu, force him into the garage to pick up the Mega Pack. Now AKM is up top, but Zachary's been taken down. OG completely surrounded at the moment. Will be eliminated. And now it's just going to be cleanup time here as Dallas Fuel gets ready for a reset.
RCK only walks away with 30% of an EMP. And it may even be worth considering a swap back to the Diva, to be honest, because the high ground, and that's exactly what we're going to do, because the high ground here is of paramount importance. And with only 30% gained, if you're really looking for the EMP to be your engage tool, you're going to lose way too much time bank. So I like this swap a lot from RCK. I think it's the right move.
Well, trying again, pushing up onto the high ground here on the left-hand side. Towards forklift, as you say.
Yeah.
Drop down.
Knocked over by Ding.
Top. Yeah, but they're not going to be able to make it up.
Perfectly timed boosters.
Still going to be napping away, but doesn't find much. Do they try to wrap around the backside of the point? That would almost be the most ill-advised thing, because a Lucio Boop would send you off into the icy depths. Jump forward comes in from Gamsu, zapping away. Nearly has that Primal Rage ready to go. It's not a health pack ready for him, but OG's going to die as he tries to drop the hammer. They shut him down with a Goomba Stomp. Now the cleanup will come through again. Shanghai Dragons maintaining control, still 3.5 minutes for Dallas Fuel.
We've seen this before.
This is not looking good.
This is really reminiscent of what we just saw towards C on Numbani, where, you know, at the end of all things, despite a large time bank, Dallas Fuel wasn't able to properly utilize their ultimates. In this case, it's a nice knockoff from Ding. Gamsu sees the moment where everyone's clumped up, gets the big leap damage done there, and is able to pop that Primal, get those extra kills. Now Shatter lost, but still a grab available for the Dallas Fuel. They need to force the support ultimates before that, though, otherwise they'll just be countered by Luffy and Coma.
Pushing their way up. Recently surging with that energy here is AKM. They managed to find Coma. Grab, though, it's going to be a big whiff. They thought they were going to be needing that to get rid of it. Now the counter grab's going to be coming through. Sound barriers out from close to the bomb. Dropping in, not going to find any pickoffs. Maybe a moment here for the Dallas Fuel. As I say that, though, RCK does get popped out and finished off by DM. They're on to the point. Dallas Fuel, though, need to try to get this cap right now if they want to have a time bank left realistically at this point. Seems like with the kills coming in, they will be able to clean this up. Youngjin just looking to die, pushes forward.
Shanghai should just absolutely give this. There's no reason to contest. As you say, they're barely ahead in time bank when they leave the point to head to B. The worst case scenario is to give Dallas Fuel even further ultimates, because Dallas Fuel does have the ultimate advantage coming into this. So for right now, as Coma, you're the most terrified member of the Shanghai Dragons. You do not see a swap over the Sombra. It's just not worth the risk. They want to keep this Diva for a potential grab beat.
Dive into the back. It's going to be a charge out from OG, keeping himself safe.
Gamsu again.
They nearly pop RCK out. Now going to be juggling the Zenyatta. Gamsu takes a bit of damage here, so will just be retreating. Keeping himself alive. Dallas Fuel, so many ultimates to work with right now. One more tool A major delay tool gone, taken away from Gamsu there.
100 energy. This has got to be their grab.
Gamsu going lower and lower, almost eliminated. It's going to be the sound barrier in from Coma, trying to open things. Unko pops a Transcendence.
There it goes.
Up onto the high ground. DM, he gets so much damage, but he's got to reload. The bubbles come in as well. Bomb from RCK, not going to find anything, but he makes it back into the mech safely.
What a hold from the Dragons so far. Support ultimates both used, though. It's still higher.
Now they have the grab. Throws it in. No support ultimates other than the rally as they try to survive. Unko going lower and lower.
Big
The bomb from Sting
self-destruct.
gets rid of two. Coma goes forward, finishes off the enemies, and Yada now Zachary going to be gone. 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Dallas Fuel in all of the chaos walk away with no ticks taken on B.
They're out of ammunition as well. There's no engaging ultimates for this. The Dragons hold a rally. And that same Primal Rage Gamsu has been so disruptive with after hitting these big leaps. That's his engagement tool. He may simply go on them before they could touch the point. Holding it till the last second would be advised, though, so he can survive to take this down and get a map win, not just a time bank win.
Pushing their way up. RCK leading the charge, stunned up immediately. Nearly taken out of the mech. Jump over to the side. Primal Rage going to be in from Gamsu. Comes back in onto the high ground. No one really here from Dallas Fuel, so just gonna be jumping around, making sure he can get top back up. OG drops in the hammer.
Gamsu solo.
Doesn't really lead to any kills. Gamsu, however, will get sniped by Unko. Dallas Fuel onto the point, grab coming through. Hope he's gonna be popping the Transcendence, but Coma gets picked off. The headshots rolling in from Unko. He'll find another one as Youngjin gets eliminated. They're finally ticking their way up. Can they finish this with time in the bank? It'd be absolutely huge for the Fuel.
It's a delay game here. Ooh,
Stop
nice
on the
fire.
Gamsu. Oh, they deny him entry to the point. They finally push for it. TM locking him up with the grab, but Unko has a Transcendence. They have to stay on the point. They poop him off for a moment, and Dallas Fuel will finally be able to get it.
Now, this is very much amazing for the Dallas Fuel. Things looked absolutely unwinnable. But we go into a second overtime round now. And this is a game that could easily be taken to a win or a draw. You know, we were talking about a massive time advantage previously. We're talking about 42 seconds now in favor of the Dragons. With a good defense here for the Fuel, there's a world where they win this map and go into match point, but it's not going to be easy. Controlling that high ground has been the biggest problem for them on A. Their B takes have been really phenomenal. They've been able to convert ult advantage there very successfully across multiple different compositions, be it the Sombra or RCK on the Diva. But it's A where they've struggled. It's A where the Dragons have really had a good understanding of how to convert this high ground to a low ground advantage, to utilize Gamsu's leap on the Winston to maximize damage, and always keep the Fuel kind of in a merry-go-round situation, ring around the rosy. It almost feels like, as they're trying to figure out how to best get an advantageous position, the Shanghai Dragons usually one step ahead. So this 1 minute here is concerning for the Dallas Fuel. Their defense, I think, is more their win condition than this attack, but let's see if I'm wrong.
Let's see if they can channel the energy of their Texan brothers. We saw the Outlaws earlier on make it work on Kings Row. Now trying to do it here on Volskaya. Ticking down, 10 seconds gone, working their way through the left garage. Be pushing up onto that high ground.
Gamsu's already contesting. He's going to maximize damage and grab a bubble here.
If he gets
as you can see,
that could be brutal for him. It seems like he'll be okay. Just going to be pushing his way back here onto the low ground. Gets a drop down. Not everybody going to be making it across.
DM controls high ground. It's big damage. Unko's in trouble.
Jump into the back. Unko all by himself. No one there to peel. He'll get picked off now. AKM popping the bubble in the front. It's not going to last long enough. It doesn't absorb enough damage. He'll be taken down. The cleanup kills coming through with 15 seconds remaining. Dallas Fuel, can they do anything to get back to the point? Seems like right now it would take an absolute miracle to extend this into anything on A.
Yeah, even touching it is going to be a challenge. OG on the wrecking ball, rolling in.
Pushes his way through to at least force out that OT adaptive shield again. It does not last long enough. AKM swapping over onto the Sombra, manages the pop ding out of the mech, but now they lose out on it closer. Unko's gonna be gone. The OT ticking away. And with a minute, Dallas Fuel can get nothing here on A, and now they have to defend for a minute and 42 to get a draw.
Yeah, and this is the win condition I was talking about, or rather draw condition in this case. You know, we knew that with 1 minute to spare, they'd have one realistic push. And as they attacked there, we saw Gamsu gatekeep out on the right side. It was a perfect usage of our overhead map there to showcase how one hero with a bubble can do AoE damage in a choke point and shut down an entire push. And that's exactly what Gamsu and DM did together. And it's just Shanghai Dragons have such a good understanding of this map. We saw it yesterday versus Chengdu as well. They know how to play the Sombra here. They know how to utilize Winston and D.Va for high ground. Dallas Fuel's draw condition here is a defense. It's very unlikely to be that miracle offense with only 60 seconds on the clock. Still doable. Certainly doable here for the Fuel. Making the next map a win condition for them, not a must-win for a Game 5. We'll see Unko on the Moira here.
Yeah.
Extra sustain healing.
Changing things up, make him a little bit more elusive.
Can also leap between these platforms.
Ding showing
Moira.
the Sombra.
Yeah.
And Youngjin going for a snipe again, but
Oh.
no one's far enough forward.
If you get the snipe on the D.Va here, then you win the map. So I don't think anyone's going to get caught.
I think he'd be hacking considering that she's back at point A right now. So not going to be able to find the sleep dart. We'll just be swapping over onto the break. Ding is sticking through with the Sombra, however.
Look at the collapse setup here for OG. He's hiding in the corner with RCK looking to jump in. He's hacked though.
Everybody just going to be bunched up at the moment. OG does get hacked, as you say.
They're on the point.
No capitalization yet, but they do start working their way forward here onto that initial corner. Another hack coming through, this time on the closer. OG chunked down to half HP. Ding just in the back, gonna be farming up as much as he possibly can. RCK nearly knocked out of the mech. McCombs is gonna be the first one to fall.
Step
the first
one.
volley not working out.
This is step one for the Dallas Fuel. One big hold like this, and we've got a draw on our hands.
And these are the big things right here. The Coalescence and the Primal range very close to coming through.
But no way to shut down the EMP. The problem with running a comp like this is no Transcendence. There's no sound barrier for closers.
Unless Zachary can get a stun on him, they almost just pick him off.
Yeah, okay, this is the big moment. Ding's EMP, can he win the map with it? Follow-up damage is real. DM's gonna have a grab. Here we go.
Into the back, Coalescence gonna be coming down, the fight breaking out inside. OG getting stunned up, going lower and lower. Transcendence is in from Loopy to keep everybody else topped up. Now the grab gonna be coming through. Answering sound barrier out from the Dragons. As they maintain control, they stay alive and now push their way over. The EMP comes in, it catches 4 members. Zachary gonna be gone. Shatter gonna be dropped in. Doesn't really catch anybody, but it might not matter. They're ticking up on the point. No one from the Fuel can really step onto it. They finally contested for a half a second, but the Dragons will be able to close it out. 2-1. Dallas Fuel need to answer back on Escort to force a map 5.
This is a new Shanghai Dragons we are watching here tonight. This is a completely synergized unit, and I fear for the next opponents of them.
Well, that's the Dallas Fuel, so let's see if they can close it out here when we come back from the break.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.